August 25 and 10, 2016, I was in Esbjerg today. I noticed a lot of, you could say, spider network of young girls, one of them, maybe Chinese, maybe Russian, stuff like that. When I was gonna pick up Alex, or he was coming to the apartment, he was on the street with one of the women, and the person left pretty fast, and he was masked in a way, you could say, with beer and swim glasses and so on. I also noticed that when I went up the stairs together with the woman and Alex, I almost felt 2 times to the wall. So I actually stumbled a little bit. Not normal for me because I'm sport active, been active. So my balance is pretty good. I'm biking with 2 dogs sometimes, so it's not my balance, but something happened, and the apartment is smelling like a toilet or something horrifying, dead rat maybe, from the roof or from down. I can't tell what it is because you have to break things up and investigate. The apartment is in the shopping, or the house is in the shopping road, and it's been a house that's not used very much, and that indicates maybe that it's been abandoned or not cared for sure, and that could be hopefully the toilet, but it could also be something else. There's a roof up, I think it's the other building. There could be something, a dead rod, or even worse than that. But this is I think it's been smelling for months, because I've been there one time a month and it's been smelling ever. So and there's almost grass growing in the Elton, like almost like a harbor scenario with the water. It's a iron Elton, which is pretty strange, like as a ship, right? And I can't really figure out why they have this kind of Elton there, and it's overgrown, right? It looks like a wasted dump place, and the company who rented it is a company called Vita in Kolding, but they rented it from probably a major player in Esbjerg housing estate, shopping, loans and stuff. So actually, it's a nasty place to meet a son. We made some small videos, me and my son, but I can't be sure the date is correctly. I was sending some videos to Esbjerg Kommune in 2011, and there's some problem about the case misconduct from Søren Gade related to Clinton, to the defense smells, intelligence and police intelligence, and the use of a list of lawyers and a court system that I never had a fair trial in the Alex case. The list were a reuse of a list used to cover up the German kidnap. Dennis, I tried to stop the kidnapper and free Dennis. It unsuccessful because of police mistake. And after they were, you could say, using me as a kind of, I don't know, I was getting out using later on, after the list of lawyers that didn't work, a USA connected lawyer, and got free. And still they abused or made ill treatment. So actually the same list were then used in 2012. The Dennis murder is years ago, and so actually the list of lawyers was a list that police knew they could have their hands on. So that was, you could say, fraud or corruption, and therefore, and also after the case, when we began to investigate, we kept quiet about what we knew about the Clinton and the lawyers, and also misconduct in top staff in FBI, and all of these contractors and stuff like that. So actually, we got the proven case in United States. Everybody is found, and now we got the parallel shatter case in Denmark, which is the same structure. Right now is a devastating time for the United States, as there is no really campaign going on. It's more or less bigger than Watergate. It's a scandal, and we're looking into all kind of cases where Clinton has made a blood trace or made things happen that were not supposed to happen. We also know that Clinton has media actives in relation to media business, and in also this case, there's a lot of losses in TV, film, music, ballet, books, photos, modeling, and stuff like that. And all of that industrial espionage were not professionally handled by the Danish police, intelligence, anti-hackers, and media itself, or the culture institution of Denmark. Meaning that actually that they thought that that was okay. And that will say there is a parallel cover up of industrial espionage internal the UK, Denmark, and United States under the, you could say, wings of Clinton. And also we know that the diplomacy in North Ireland, which were admitted by Bill Clinton, was unpaid, risky, and remains unpaid. We know Northern Ireland also includes members of the royal house, which led us to think that there might be some other reason for not rewarding this major and very difficult work. In the same way, the Cold War also produced some question about the payment from the USA government and also the ex-Yugoslavian work, US to UN and US to stop the war. And therefore we have three major diplomatic efforts and successful so far, unpaid, unrewarded in high security problems. And that was about the mails that were sent from Denmark, both back in the 90s and forth. And the last mail came in, there's some later, but the most important way is that the Norwegian warned against Clinton and Søren Gade's agreement in 2011-12, and therefore I was sending a mail to FBI and the White House about concern of security, both for me and Steve in Libya, and a lot of other issues. This were not, it was a misconduct of leadership and maybe action towards me and my son. I had a confession on the point, on the stand at the night where they were in there, or the afternoon. Full confession of MO or MU, and the pictures alike seem to verify this. Whether it was a murder attempt and violence, he lost, the one picture is 4 teeth missing. If it was a murder attempt, and the boy survived, and it's later to reveal of the case of fraud, then it's a little strange they didn't return the boy if he was alive and if he is alive, right? So I cannot verify that. I don't close the case of murder investigation yet. And that's because we have a lot of incident on the traveling down to Esbjerg, and we have some problems finding out why they're covering up still. But of course, I hope that all the videos is 2016, and that my boy is, was only victim of violence and forced away from me, and that it's possible he comes back. But I have to say, I was almost dying short after they took him. I was suffocated, and I think that it was a miracle I survived. Maybe I survived because the person who hurt left too early, you could say. So maybe we can say that it is not a solved case yet. Anyway, I think when I see the boy in Esbjerg with this operative in the new teeth, it looks like it's him, and we have fun, and it's but there's still an open question about a murder attempt. So whether this case is beginning to shape up as top crimes to the bottom and bottom to the top, it is still a crime that cannot be accepted by a normal democratic and law-regulated society as the Dane and United States and UK. It means that anybody can be subjected of justice murder. Anyone innocent can go to jail or confinement in hospital. Anyone, I say anyone, and anyone that's committed various crimes can be set free if we have this, you would say, police arranged lawyer list and court list where they can choose from, right? That doesn't work in the democratic free world. It doesn't even work in the free world if they have a kind of structure of a payoff for those who get the. It's almost like you see the regimes or the tyranny where if the tyrant don't like you, you get killed. That's the way it worked for her, right? So I hope that Steve got out alive, and I hope that all the witness program I asked for, especially in a very, very sick entertainment, that everybody got it.